There's a very specific kind of person who picks up Albert Camus at 2 a.m. They are not doing it for school, they are doing it because something cracked inside them. And weirdly, a man who died in a car accident is the only one making sense. Why is that? Why are the most feeling people in our generation are running towards authors who wrote about nothingness, who wrote about meaninglessness and alienation and systems designed to crush you? Today we are going into it. Who are these authors actually? Most people know the why before they know the facts. So let's do this properly. Albert Camus, Algerian French writer. His whole deal, he called it the absurd. His thesis was basically humans desperately wants life to mean something and the universe is completely silent about that tension, that's the absurd. And his answer was not nihilism. It wasn't nothing matters so do nothing. It was revolt. Keep living anyway. Imagine Sisyphus happy. Franz Kafka, Prague, early 1900s. He wrote about men turned into bugs, people arrested for crimes no one explained, bureaucracies that destroys you for no reason. He never ever published most of his work and told his friend to burn it all. His friend didn't. Lucky us. Both of them dead before their ideas became mainstream. Both of them would probably be extremely online if they were alive today. The psychology. Why now? Why us? Here's what I actually think is happening. We are the generation that grows up being told, work hard, follow the rules, and it will work out. And then we watch that not work out for us, for our parents, for the planet. So when Kafka writes about a man who wakes up transformed into an insect, and his family's first concern is how they'll pay rent. We are not reading that as fantasy. We are reading that as Tuesday. When Camus says the universe owes you no explanation, and you have to create your own meaning anyway. That is not depressing to us, that is freeing. Because at least it's honest. The overfeeling, the spiraling, the 2 a.m. existential dread. These authors didn't cure it, they named it. And there is something deeply comforting about being named. For an example, nowadays, situationship. They just cannot name the relation, but they want to stay together. There's also something else happening. Emotional intelligence is being coded as weakness right now. If you feel too much, you are cringe. If you don't feel too much, you are a red flag. Now, where do overfeelers go? They go to books, where the authors clearly got it full. Unfiltered weight of existing. Camus and Kafka are safe spaces in paper form. The internet amplification. But here's why it exploded specifically now and not in 2010. Tumblr started it. The aestheticization of sadness, philosophical quotes on grainy photos. Then it went to Twitter and then it went to Book Talk. Suddenly, I read Kafka at 17 and never recovered. Became a personality trait and honestly, a flex. There's also the algorithm angle. Absurdist content perform well because it's unresolved. Camus doesn't give you a happy ending because perhaps a happy ending is not an ending. He gives you a question. Question makes you comment and comment boost reach. Existential dread is very good for engagement, but I don't think it's just aesthetic. I think those who are genuinely reading this, not just posting the cover, are doing so because the alternate of this is pretending to be okay, and that is exhausting. What this says about our generation, I want to push back on the narrative that this is all doom and gloom. The fact that young people are reading philosophy means they're asking real questions and not just what should we buy, but what does it mean to exist? That's not a crisis, that's maturity. Camus especially argued that you shouldn't give in to despair. His absurd hero keeps going. There's something punk rock about that. Deciding to be fully alive in a world that makes no promise to you. So, if you are someone who found themselves highlighted every line of The Stranger or couldn't sleep after reading The Metamorphosis, you are not broken, you are paying attention. Paying attention is actually a kind of radical. Anyways, this is why I think the most feeling people of our generation are reading Two Dead European Men on their phones at midnight. If this hits different, drop a comment. I want to know which one got you first, Camus or Kafka. Hopefully, see you soon in the next one.